Good evening. Welcome to the City of Newark's nightly Facebook Live coronavirus update. We're still here. We're going to be here every night, Monday through Friday at 5 o'clock, and sometimes on Saturday if there's something that we need to announce as an emergency. We obviously are going to go over what we normally go over, but there's a few things that I want to put out there for folks. One, obviously, I'm going to say, like I keep saying, we need to fill out the census. You have to fill out the census. I know many people don't want to, but you must fill out the census. You can either fill it out online, right? Or you can call one of the numbers that we've made available to you on our Facebook page. You can go to our Facebook page and pull the numbers off, or you can go to the City of Newark's website. The website for filling out the census is www.2020census.gov. We need you to do that. We get a percentage of the folks that filled it out. We are way, way behind. I know it's a difficult moment to be doing this, but we have to do it right now. They have not canceled the count. We have to count and be counted so we get the resources that we need, especially when this is over in trying times. We're going to need those resources, so we need you to fill out the census so you can, in fact, be counted. We had a webinar today for artists and artist collectives because the city is giving grants out for artist organizations that are suffering during this time. We're also doing that for small businesses. You can refer to economic development in our city, EHD, and get more information, or you could go to www.investnewark.org and you can get more information as well around those issues. I know there's a lot of people that are unemployed, a lot of folks that are trying to collect unemployment. In fact, this is probably a record number of people filling out unemployment applications nationwide since probably the Great Depression. So a lot of people will be allowed. So if you don't normally fill out unemployment, don't think that you won't get it now. I would do it. Some of the restrictions have been widened or stretched to allow other people to get unemployment, and you should be getting $600 additional on your unemployment than you normally get. Fill it out. They tell you to call somebody. You call, obviously, it's difficult. People won't answer the phone. It takes a long time. Keep calling. You're talking about millions of people who are reaching out here, thousands in the state of New Jersey. You have to stay at it. Reach out to people that you can if you need some assistance and help with that. But you need to be doing that around unemployment. Those checks are coming. Plus, in a couple of weeks, the government the Department of Treasury will be issuing $1,200 checks to some Americans, $2,400 to couples in a household. Not everybody obviously will get this money, but many people are eligible for it. So that is also on the horizon. Newark is trying to stand up a fund for people who are having issues around their rent. We're still working on that, trying to muscle together the resources, but we are working on that. So stay tuned for something along those lines as well. The state also has many opportunities and benefits for folks during this difficult time period. Please go to the State of New Jersey's website, pull down some of that information, the Small Business Association's website, go to the EDA's website at the State of New Jersey, find out all of the things that you can find out that can help you. I wanted to give out a few numbers around mental health. I had a back and forth with somebody on Instagram about mental health. One, they were listening to all of the stuff that's on the internet about this being a hoax. This is not real. This is a government plot to take over our lives, like some book 1984 or some other kind of thing. Listen, this is very much real. Very, very much real. If I'm telling you it's real, it is very much real. I grew up in the atmosphere, in the household, in an environment, in a movement where we had serious distrust for the things that were coming out of the government, the White House, all of those things, right? This is very, very real. So in Newark, we have mental health numbers. 973-757-7377 from 9 to 3. Depression, mental illness. You're having problems dealing with the lock-in. 973-757-7377. Also, you can dial 973-418-0735. 973-418-0735. That's after hours calls. Plus, our institutions have those numbers as well. Hotlines for people to call if they're suffering any issues that you think need to be addressed in your household, stuff that's going on, around mental health, around depression. Clara Mass number is 973-844-4357. That's 973-844-4357, Clara Mass. For Beth Israel is 973-926-7444. 973-926-7444, Beth Israel. For University Hospital, 973-621-2323. 973-621-2323. Those are resources around mental health, around depression, around loneliness, and the feeling of isolation, being locked in. I know it's difficult for us to do that, but it's incredibly necessary. Incredibly necessary. Listen, these numbers are doubling, and if we did not shelter in place, it would be worse, right? It would be worse than what it is now. So we have to continue this until we flatten the curve. Because what does that mean? It means that if most of us, if 98%, 99, 100% of us stay home and shelter in place, we can stop the spread, right? We stop the spread. There's some people who obviously have contracted the illness already. They can be identified through testing, through other things, and isolated and quarantined. And we can flatten the curve and begin seeing the numbers going in the opposite direction, and we begin working to begin to reopen things again. But the longer that takes us to do, the longer we'll be in this situation. So if we don't flatten this curve, we're going to be in the house longer. So it's important for us to follow instructions quicker, faster, do it immediately so we can flatten these curves. Now let's get to where we are in the city of Newark. Today we have 1,569 people who are positive for the coronavirus in the city of Newark. 1,569 people. Yesterday we were at 46 deaths. Today we are at 60. Let's pause and think about that for a minute. Yesterday we were at 46 deaths. Today we were at 60 deaths in the city, right? In less than 1 month. In less than a month. 60 deaths in less than a month. The death rate of this virus in Newark is 10, 20, 30 times higher than that of the seasonal flu. So all those things that you saw out there earlier, this isn't like the flu. The flu is more deadly than this. Not true. This virus is 10 times more. You can catch this virus, or the virus can be spread 10 times faster than the flu can, or 10 times more than the flu can be spread. You can now get it just by people talking by you, by people breathing close to you. You understand what I'm telling you? People who talk by you, people who breathe by you, not just sneezing or coughing, people who are talking and breathing, right, by you. You can walk right into that. This is why it is essential that you do not come out of the house at all. And if you do, that you must wear a mask, and that you advocate people around you to wear a mask. That when you walk in the store, that the people in the stores have a mask. The store is closed in, densely populated. A lot of breathing, a lot of coughing, a lot of talking. That is in the air. It is in the air. When you walk into ShopRite, when you walk into the corner store, when you walk into the Walgreens and the pharmacy. That's why they put a few people in there at a time, but they have to have on masks. And the people in the store should have on masks. If you go into the store and the workers don't have on masks, ask to speak to the management and tell them the workers need to wear masks. If you walk in the store and the people in the store don't have on masks, leave that store immediately. If you walk into the store and they don't have on masks, leave the store immediately. If you can catch it by breathing, right? People breathing, then you are in danger. Let me go over these zip codes for you so you'll know where you live at. Area code zip code 07102, 39 cases. Zip code 07114, 41 cases. Zip code 07112, where I live, 110 cases. Zip code 07108, where my mother lives, 92 cases. Zip code 07107, 153 cases. 07107, 153 cases. Zip code 07106, 151 cases. Zip code 07105, 135 cases. Zip code 07104, 194 cases. 07104, almost 200 cases in 07104 alone. 07103, 124 cases. 07103, 124 cases. And these are just the people that are tested positive. These are not the people that are in quarantine. It does not list the people that are in quarantine. It does not list the people that have yet to be tested. So those numbers in April are going to grow. That's where we are. Let's look at the ages. Let's look at the ages, because I want to go back to that I talked about on Saturday. So I want to reiterate that for us in the city, so we can know. So right now, people in their 20s, it's about 140 cases of folks in their 20s. In your 30s, 306 in the 30s. In the 40s, 312, right? In the 50s, 335. So let me show you something. As I said Saturday, between the age group of 30 and 50, right? We're talking 900 of these 1,500 cases. Over 900 cases. The majority of the cases are being driven by people between the ages of 30s and 50s. 30 to 50s. Majority of the cases are being driven by that group of people. Being driven by them. Driven. And the really selfish part of it, well, some of those folks who have illness are succumbing, because in Newark, in Irvington, and East Orange, we have a disproportionate amount of people with asthma, because we live in the area we live, next to the airport, next to the seaport, in industry, right? We have a disproportionate amount of people with cancer. We have a disproportionate amount of people with heart disease, right? These are the three things that the governor talked about today, that his office talked about, cases where people are succumbing to this virus. We disproportionately are represented in those, right? So what those folks are doing between 30s and 50s, they're driving our rates, but they also have grandmothers. They also have mothers. They also have uncles and aunts that they visit. And I know this stuff is happening because we constantly have to intercede in posts on Instagram and social media where people are inviting people to their house to get their hair done, inviting people to get a haircut, inviting people for parties at their home or to hang out at their home. I watch people drive up and go into people's houses. They're still visiting people between the ages of 30 and 50. And I know it's difficult for some of us because we're in a house by ourselves at that age. Some of us may be single. Some of us are in a small, cramped apartment and we want to come outside. So we go out and we do things. We're not wearing masks. We're not social distancing. We're in a crowd. We're listening to this mythology on social media that's telling us that A, we can't get it, B, that we're not going to die from it, right? That we're going to recover from it, right? And C, is some kind of wild government plot to keep you in the house. Like, all of that is nonsense, right? Stay in the house. And when you come out, you should wear a mask. You should wear a mask and gloves, but you should wear a mask. And you should clean the mask every day before you go back out. But ultimately, if you're in that age group, we need you to tighten up. And if you have your friends or you know people in that age group, you need to tell them, monitor, change your behavior. You're driving the numbers up. You're creating and causing more people to get this virus. And ultimately, you're leading to the deaths of individuals in that city. We are at 60. 60. Early March, We were at 1. We were at 12 deaths for about 3 or 4 days. Now we're at 60. Now we're at 60, right? And so what's going to happen in April is that number is going to plateau. So it's going to get worse. You're going to get more people that are testing positive, and unfortunately, we're going to get more deaths. And prayerfully, that we can get through April, right? Get through April, and then watch how the numbers begin to decline afterwards if we socially distance, do what we're asking you to do, what the state is asking you to do, what the city is asking you to do, what the county is asking you to do, what the CDC is asking you to do, to stay in the house. And this is real. It's not a joke. It's not a hoax, right? This is very much real. And I gave out the zip codes where you are so you know what's happening in your area, right? I told you the age groups, right? So you know what's happening in the age groups that you're in. We gave you instructions on how to come outside, right? So I gave you a hotline for mental illness. We gave you emails and websites for grants for small businesses, for individuals. We talked to you about unemployment, all of these things. So we're trying to work to help you get through this situation, but you have to be patient. You have to persevere. You have to be strong, and you have to help others be strong, right? Continuously. I see people come outside with their children. They're just walking them up and down the street with no mask on, with their children, walking up and down the street with their children with no mask on, none. The city, we're going to start passing out masks. We've already started passing out masks to the homeless population. We've started passing out a mask to specific people. We're going to start passing masks out, right, to individuals that we see so you can wear a mask, right? And if you don't have a mask, you don't have to wear the mask at the store. You can put a shirt on your face, a bandana on your face, anything, right? Put it on your face because you're not, we are being protected from you, from your coughing, from your sneezing, from your talking, from your breathing. So you need a mask on. It only works if everybody wears the mask. That's what we need. Everybody has to wear the mask. All of us. And trust me, tomorrow is going to come, whether we follow this instruction or not. Tomorrow is going to come. Tomorrow comes on the rich and the poor alike. Tomorrow comes on the good and the evil alike. Tomorrow comes on every nationality, on every religion. No matter what your sexual preference is, tomorrow comes. The day shows up each time, right? Each day it moves on. Our efforts is to make sure that more of us make it to the next day. That when the sun comes up, it shines on most of our faces. That when the sun comes up, we feel the heat on all of our brows, not just a few. That's what we need to do, and that's what we're working for in this city. We're working hard for it. So if you do that, maybe we can get out of this sooner. A couple of other things. Today we're going to be standing up a building that we're going to be moving some of our homeless folks into that are tested positive for COVID-19. The NC caucus, they just opened up some more beds for folks at UH so we can make sure the University Hospital has more space for folks to come in who have to go there for other things, and we need to move. They're moving people out to create more beds and space at University Hospital. So there's a concerted effort around the state and the county to make sure that we have enough beds and spaces for people. Right now, these hospitals are being overrun, so we need to make sure they create space for folks to come in and out of there. We've never been in this experience. We've never been prepared for this experience. There's nothing that we've been through that prepared us for this thing that's happening today. This is an experience we're getting collectively right now, right? So what we need you to be is your best self. So if you were selfish, we need to leave the selfishness alone. If you were cynical, leave the cynicism behind you, right? If you like to demean or debilitate or destroy people, leave that behind you. Do something forward. If you've been out here doing crime, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. This is a time. There's a time for us to collectively be together, for us to join as one community, right? If you're rebellious and you want to be opposed to what the city is telling you just for the sake of it, this is not the time. This is not the time for it. And we need everybody in the community to be responsible for what everybody else in the community is doing. And I appreciate all the people who hit me up, who tell me places that are not social distancing, jobs that are not social distancing, stores that are not social distancing, guys that are hanging out on the corner, gentlemen that are still riding their quads on the street. I don't understand that. I really, really, really can't understand that. Why people are performing and doing things as business as usual, because they do not understand that 60 people are dead and that there are 60 families in our city who are mourning the loss of a silent killer in our community. Put things in perspective. Last year, the city of Newark had 51 homicides. When I came into office, we had 116. So 50 homicides now, right? 50 in the entire year, 51. Today, we have 60 people who've died from coronavirus in less than a month. 60. You do the mathematics of what that number can turn out to if we don't do what we're supposed to do, right? Again, fill out the census. I'm going to give my shout outs to a few people. Forever Tucker 2017, want to shout out his daughter, actually, Noelle, DJing at a young age. DJ Noelle, got to shout out Bottom Un 3, always inspiring me with the push-ups. I missed it today. I got to get back in it. I apologize to all of y'all. Music video tonight for highlighting the webinar that we did for the artists today. Thank you for that. Unicorn 151 for those push-ups. Slim Your Bartender for delivering food, for being out there when others aren't, for taking care of our residents, for loving our city of Newark. I want to shout out Sakina Hoyt, who sends me everything about trying to get volunteers and working to move our homeless population, working hard around homelessness in the city. We appreciate you. All-Star Barbershops for turning their barbershop into something alternative, for education, for doing other things other than trying to cut people's hair and violate the social distancing rules. All-Star Barbershops, when this is over, I'm coming to check you out, man. Style Maven for showing us how to cook at home. That macaroni and cheese looked very, very, very good. Shout out to you for that. I want to shout out the Science High School Chargers. Go check out the Science High School Chargers page. They are having school just like school is in session. They're doing their morning announcements. They have all their classes scheduled. They even have a lunch scheduled on there. They're doing after school stuff. They're putting up all of the city bulletins. Science Park High School Chargers. I knew that Science High. Listen, what they're doing is going to be a model for this country. The work that they're doing over there, showing our kids how to virtually engage in school, is something that should continue to take place even when we get out of this thing. Science High, I want to shout you out. And I want to shout out Governor Phil Murphy today. You know, he's hanging in there. He has been carrying, like he said in his Twitter, a lot of donkeys around. He's been giving us the updates. He's been doing what he needs to do around the state of New Jersey. Want to shout him out. It's a difficult job, a difficult time. We in Newark, we are moving forward. We are pushing his mandates, and we're pushing them to as far as we can push them. We're pushing the envelope as far as we can. Listen, we've already sent letters out to store owners that you cannot come in that store without a mask on. This is the CDC guidelines. Hoboken is doing the same thing. They're doing it in California. They're doing it all over the country. You have to wear a mask. You have to wear a mask. You have to wear a mask. It'll save lives. Trust me, we're saving lives. We're at 60 deaths. If we did none of this, the death toll might be doubled. We're at 1,500 cases. That might be tripled, doubled, tripled if we did not do these things. And we're going to continue to do the things. I appreciate everybody out there, the over 80% of the city that's following instructions, that's making it safe for our neighbors, man, that are taking care of our seniors, our young people that are hanging in there with us. I love you for it. It proves that Newark is strong, no matter what they say about us, no matter how they write us out of history. Newark will always be strong. We're strong because we love each other, because we care for each other, because we stand up for each other, because we persevere, because we get through rough times, and we're going to get through this time by the grace of God, by every ounce of energy and power and substance that we have in our bodies. We're going to get through this, and we're going to pull as many of us through it as possible. Some of us, we have to drag through it. We have to carry them on our back through it because they're not going to listen. We're going to pull them through, but we're going to get through. And unfortunately, many of us are going to perish in the middle of this thing. We're gonna, and when this is over, we're going to give honor. We're going to give praise. And we're going to recognize those people who couldn't make it through this tough and difficult time. But we're going to make it. We're going to make it. Our families are going to make it. Our city is going to make it. We're going to make it. We're going to make it. All we need to do is follow these instructions, do what we're supposed to do, and look out for one another all of the time. Not just sometime, all of the time, yo. God bless you. God speed to you. Protect your family. Stay home, right? Practice social distancing. God bless you.